We don't have enough road to get up to 88.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Row Cinema, movie podcast for movie lovers by movie lovers. We're talking the best and worst movies of 2025. That's right. In today's episode, we're going to dive into every movie that I watched for 2025. I saw 101 films, I believe, somewhere like right over the 100 round. We're riding solo today. We don't have the co-host in the house tonight. We're just going through my personal movies for 2025. We got a lot of movies to dive into. We're going to try not to spend too much time on every single movie because obviously there's so many movies to go through. So we're going to dive right into it. We're going to get into that good stuff. We're going to kick it off with some stats. Let's turn right to it. The 2025 stats, 101 new 2025 movies saw. So we were right over 100. We hit the threshold. Usually 100 is like my baseline year to year of like what I want to see. I want to try and see as many movies as possible from as many genres, big studio, low studio, indies, everything in between. So if I feel like I can get to 100 every year, I feel like I've seen a good approximation of the year to give a thorough like best list, at least for my own opinion. We saw 96 movies in theaters. That's both new movies, re-releases, and multiple viewings for new movies. 286 movies total for the year. So that's everything I watched between at home, old movies, and all that other stuff, with 561 total hours watched as far as it comes to movies. Rookie numbers, I got to bump those numbers up, son. Too low. We're going to go through the roof for 2026. We're calling 1,000 hours. No, that would be absolutely insane. But we'll see how good we can do in 2026, see if we can up any of these stats year over year. Quickly, before we dive into the list one more time, we're going to go through now the re-released movies that I caught this year in cinema. That doesn't really count towards this list, but there are movies that I did catch in theaters. We saw Becoming Led Zeppelin in IMAX when it got released. Led Zeppelin, my favorite band of all time, so it was awesome to see that in the big screen. Got to catch the re-release for Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Caught the director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven. That was absolutely incredible to see. The director's cut of Kingdom of Heaven, one of my favorite movies of all time. We caught Avatar: The Way of Water on the big screen when it did its re-release about a month or two before Fire and Ash. We caught the re-release of Toy Story, the 40th anniversary of Back to the Future, the re-release of the original Scream around Halloween time. We caught the re-release of Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas right around Christmas time. And the creme de la creme of re-releases this year, the one I'm so happy that I got to finally see in theaters, was Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. Just absolutely stellar year for re-releases. I really hope this is something we can keep going into 2026, do a lot more re-releases. It's always great when you can put out some of these old classics that you could see on the big screen again for the first time. Since, it was released in theaters, or see it for the first time overall. I saw Star Wars Episode 3 in 2005 when it was released. So getting to see it again now, 20 years later, it was such like a full circle moment. Getting to see Avatar: The Way of Water in theaters was awesome again. Getting to see Kingdom of Heaven in theaters was awesome again. Dr. Seuss, awesome again. Back to the Future, Kill Bill, and Scream, first time watches on the big screen. So that was awesome as well. So let's keep those re-releases going in 2026. We got a lot of good stuff. But now, let's not waste any more time. Let's get onto the list. Like I said, we're not going to do too much into each movie. Obviously, we'll spend a little bit more time as we get up to like the top 25, but these earlier ones and everything down in the 100s, we're going to kind of cruise through those, maybe a one sentence thing, because, there's not really a lot to talk about with these. But we'll kick it off with this is the 1 star out of 5. I rank out of 5, so this was all the 1 star rankings that we have right now. So kicking it off at the bottom of the list, the worst movie that I saw for 2025, in my estimation, was the Netflix movie Back in Action. Cameron Diaz, Jamie Foxx, just absolute bottom of the barrel stuff from Netflix right there. That like it's insane. Like when they talk about these movies that come out and it's just you're watching from your phone, you're barely even paying attention. Like so they just like it's just an insult to your intelligence. Following off of that is the Amy Schumer movie. Was it Amy Schumer? Or I think it was Amy Schumer. Kind of Pregnant. Don't remember anything about this movie other than I saw it and wish I didn't. After that, we got Havoc, was I believe, Tom Hardy action movie that also came out on Netflix. If you sense a theme, a lot of the Netflix original movies and stuff that just don't strike a chord end up down here. They're just not good movies. This is just a pitifully directed and just awful looking action movie. After that, we got Happy Gilmore 2. The less said about that, the better. Just an exercise and not trying to keep me from blowing my brains out. After that, we got Love Hurts. This is the first actually theatrically released movie that we're getting right here. Movie with Kei Kwan and I forget her name from West Side Story. Sorry. Just another bottom of the barrel, like trying to grope on the Valentine's Day. It's just not good. Just not good. After that, You're Cordially Invited. Will Ferrell and Reese Witherspoon have overbooked weddings, and you'd imagine would be hilarity ensues, but hilarity does not ensue. After that, we got Another Simple Favor. Just, oof, my lord. I love the first A Simple Favor. So when they said they were making another one, I was a little on the fence, but like you kind of had my attention since you got everybody back. And this is just in shambles. Like it's just all of these movies explaining why like just streaming is just bottom of the barrel type shit. Another theatrical released movie after that is Him, the Jordan Peele produced football horror movie. It's just a what the fuck movie. It's like, what the hell am I even watching? Like, what is happening? Just like even with a gonzo performance from Marlon Wayans, like they just can't save this movie. Also, completely took me out of the movie that Jim Jeffries, the comedian, just like is randomly in this. Like every time he'd show up, I'd be like, why is Jim Jeffries here? Like, what are we doing? After that, we got A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, Margot Robbie, Colin Farrell, a movie that looked probably good on paper, and in the trailer it had some like could look like it had some good like whimsy to it, but just like man, the product placement, the just weird digital sheen over this, like this movie just sucked. After that, we got Fountain of Youth, another direct-to-streaming movie with, I believe, John Krasinski this time and Natalie Portman. Obviously trying to hit on the National Treasure, Indiana Jones, globe-trotting treasure hunter things. It just reeks of just, hey, you like Indiana Jones? Like, come watch our low-effort one. And it just doesn't work. Even with two very talented actors, they just can't get it over there. Off of that, another streaming movie, Play Dirty, Shane Black's movie with Lakeith Stanfield and Mark Wahlberg. Just very much like Fountain of Youth, just a bunch of people together coming together for a heist. And it just, again, just has just some like glaringly awful straight to streaming CGI that it's just disgusting to look at. After that, we got another theatrically released movie now, Anaconda. We're still in the 1 star. We're almost out of the 1 stars here. But yeah, Anaconda taking it up in the 1 star ranking. Just like who asked for this? Who wanted this? Who asked for this? Who said let's release it at Christmas time? Just a colossal misfire from like a bunch of like great comedians that I just don't know why they decided let's do this. It doesn't make any sense to me. After that, an absolutely insane movie from Mel Gibson. We got Flight Risk, directed by Mel Gibson, starring Mark Wahlberg and Topher Grace. Just an insane movie. Topher Grace is being flown extrajudiciously so that he can testify against a crime boss, I believe it is, and Mark Wahlberg is the hitman sent to kill him. Just Mark Wahlberg, I will say, is like deliciously evil in this movie. Like he makes this movie watchable. But man, oh man, this movie just an exercise in like what the hell are we doing? We got 2 1 stars left here. Next is Until Dawn, the adaptation of the PlayStation game. I never played the PlayStation game. I hear great things though. Not great things to say though about the movie. It just kind of meanders and just like evil things happen to a bunch of people, and then they eventually like find their way out of it, and everything's all good again. It's just like, it doesn't really do anything for me. I even think most people who played the game even said like it doesn't really do anything for them. So I don't know. It's more bottom of the barrels type stuff. Now for our last in the 1 stars right here. And I think this is going to piss some people off for sure for some certain people. But I'm sorry, like for me, it belongs here. It just, to my sensibility, I did not care for this movie whatsoever. An absolute just like in shambles mess and incoherent. And I just like hated the way it looked. And none of the songs really did it for me. And that is Wicked for Good. Yeah, I know some people just had an absolute conniption right now that I would give only 1 star to Wicked for Good. But it's my ranking and it's my opinions. This is my feelings. So fuck you. But yeah, incoherent mess. There's just so many like weird tonal inconsistencies and just stuff that happens in the movie that like makes you overtly think about those inconsistencies. Because like a good movie can like make you not even notice a lot of the times like some of the like random shit that they're doing in a movie. But when like a movie just doesn't capture you and you can't, and you're just sitting there staring at those glaring inconsistencies, they're slapping you in the face so much more. And every second of this movie just trying to shoehorn itself into The Wizard of Oz just feels like it's just so tonally jarring for me. And there was never a moment where I could get like a beat on this story or get invested. I chalk it up as like just wasn't for me. Now we're into the 2-star movies. We're gonna kick it off with Nobody 2, another movie that I don't know who asked for this. A movie released during like the post-pandemic, trying to get people back into the theaters. It did okay enough, and I guess that was enough to warrant a sequel. But I'm really tired of the John Wick spinoff of just like, hey, insert actor that like we kind of like and like is pretty sick, and like let's put him in an action movie and make him an action star. And it just sucks here. It's just not fun. After that's Woman in the Yard, another movie just like not very fun. Like it has like the barest of threads that like kind of hooks you into seeing it to be like, all right, what's the deal with the woman in the yard? But as like time goes on and they try to explain it and everything, it just completely falls apart. After that, we got the slasher Heart Eyes. It's a slasher, and a very bottom of the barrel type slasher, where just like not a lot really happens throughout the movie. Even it's just not good. Another one that might throw people off, because I know that this was like a really top tier movie for people and probably in some of their best of lists, but for me, just not for me, and that is Die My Love. I'm really not. I need movies that just kind of have a plot. Not that I'm against movies that like just kind of like are an exploration and do weird shit, but I like this movie just watching like Jennifer Lawrence kind of go crazy for like 80 minutes, like 90 minutes, like doesn't really like doesn't do anything for me. There's nothing really that pulls me in there other than just like it's just a bunch of like skits of her like psychosis. It didn't really do anything for me. After that is The Gorge. I believe this is the Apple TV movie. It's nonsense. It's just another one of those just streaming movies that just have like glaringly horrible CGI. And as soon as they go down into the gorge, it's just like becomes a mess. It's totally just all over the place. After that is Snow White. Just, man, you want to talk about CGI, just monstrosities. Those dwarves are probably some of the most horrific things put to paper. This movie does absolutely nothing. It's neither here nor there. It just exists. There's just nothing in it. Like Gal Gadot has to put in like one of the worst performances I've ever seen in a movie though, so that's like absolutely hilarious. After that is A Working Man. It's a Statham movie. He's a Mad Lib at this point. Insert job that he used to do, insert job that he does now, insert person that he has to save, insert organization that took her. Rinse and repeat, let's go. After that's Woman in Cabin 10, another Netflix movie. Love me some Keira Knightley, but this movie is just, again, just it's a lot of these like 2-star movies are just like movies that have like kernel of a good idea, but have no idea on how to like actually like exercise that idea. And this is a movie that just like has a bit of a bit, but like within like 10 minutes, you're kind of already tired of it. And they're just going to drag it out for like another like 50 minutes when you've already solved it like 8 hours ago. Just not great. Another one along those lines is the reboot requel of I Know What You Did Last Summer. Has to have one of like the funniest reveals of all time. If you haven't seen it, I don't know if you're going to at this point. If you haven't seen it at this point, you're probably not going to, but has one of the most hilarious reasons I've ever seen in a movie for why a dude decided to start killing people. It's just hilarious. After that, we got Death of a Unicorn, still in the 2 stars here. It's another movie that, again, had a kernel of a good idea. Will Poulter is absolutely hilarious in it. Like, there's a lot of, like, good stuff still in this movie, but the movie overall is just kind of, like, a mess of jumbled ideas. After that is Deep Cover. I believe this was an Amazon Prime comedy with Bryce Dallas Howard and Orlando Bloom, where they're improv actors that then get hired by the police to go undercover to, like, get drug smugglers. It's a one-note idea that gets stretched into a 90 minutes, and I think what gets us to a 2-star at least is the fact that they go a lot darker than I would have assumed a movie like this would do. So it had that little bit shred enough to get us at a 2-star thing, but it's still just kind of like a very one-note joke that wears its welcome pretty quickly. After that's the Looney Tunes movie, The Day the Earth Blew Up. It's a Looney Tunes movie. It's a fun one. It's not anything like overtly like incredible that I think really deserved to be on the big screen. And, a lot of people talking about like, oh, we need a Looney Tunes movie back on the big screen. I don't know if this was necessarily the one to do it for us, but it's fine enough. It's still good to be getting Looney Tunes stuff in 2025, so that's good enough. After that is the worst movie to work in 2025, and that was a Minecraft movie. I don't hate this movie. I don't think it's particularly good either, but I don't think it's as like fucking like Kingdom Come awful death of cinema that like some people wanted to make it out to be. Like there's plenty of movies from my childhood that I adored, and as I got older realized like they kind of sucked, but I had that like nostalgia fun for them. And that's what a Minecraft movie will be for like the kids of this generation. And I think it's perfectly fine to have movies like that. We've become so binary, and like movies either have to be like the greatest thing of all time or they're trash. Like we kind of like lost the nuance for just like okay and fine movies to like just be okay and fine. And I think like that's kind of where like Minecraft is going to settle in as like time goes on. After that, we got Freakier Friday, another sequel that I don't know who really asked for, but I guess all the kids from Freaky Friday days asked for it. And it's fine. It's not anything like overtly special or anything. It doesn't have like a lot. It's enough to get you over the finish line, but there's nothing like that exciting there. It's a bit disappointing. After that is the first of the MCU movies. We got Captain America: Brave New World. Just another, just like a Marvel MCU is just like running on fumes at this point. I'm not excited about them. I haven't been excited after Endgame. I like watching these movies now. I've never been more sure that after Endgame they needed to take like 7 years off and not make a single movie to like let the anticipation grow for people to want more of those. I know that would never happen because money, but it's just like it just shows like it's crazy how much since then that they've just depleted their stock and run themselves into the ground with audience, that like most casuals and everything like don't even care to turn up for these movies anymore because we're just recycling. This is basically just the Winter Soldier again, but just like terrible. Like it's just there's just not anything in here, and it's a shame because I like Anthony Mackie taking over the mantle as Captain America. That works. Harrison Ford as Red Hulk should be a slam dunk, and granted he is like one of the best parts about it. But the movie just feels like a retreat of like so many other things that we've done in the MCU already. It's just not fun. After that is the Remy Malek movie, The Amateur. It's a fine, like little thriller about a CIA analyst that goes out into the field to hunt down the people responsible for the death of his wife. It's fine. We've seen a million times of these movies, a bunch of times. It sucks that I think what brought this down so much is that the trailer kind of gave away pretty much every kill in this movie. So that was like a little bit of a shame. After that is The Conjuring: Last Rites. It's insane how well these movies do and how much there's diminishing returns in like how well the movie is received, but the movies continue to do well commercially at least. And I don't hate that they keep making them because obviously they keep making money and that's good for business. But like, man, oh man, like the first Conjuring is like probably one of my favorite horror movies of all time. And I was bored to tears in this one. Like this movie is not scary at all. It just kind of meanders. We spend way too much time trying to set up like the young version of them so that like other people can now carry this franchise since it probably won't be Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga anymore. Just bottom of the barrel stuff. After that's One of Them Days. It's a fun little Friday knockoff. After that is Wolfman. Oh man, I was really, really excited for this because I love Leigh Whannell's The Invisible Man. I think that movie is so good. And this movie is just not it. Just like not very scary. Just doesn't really do much with its premise. It's just kind of a waste of time. After that is The Fantastic Four. Again, MCU just treading water. Like you're just not doing anything interesting or new or exciting to me. You're just doing the same movie over and over and over again. And I'm just tired of it. I'm bored of it. You're just like, you lost me. I just don't care anymore. After that, we got The Smashing Machine, Benny Safdie, The Rock, Emily Blunt. Just another movie that was just kind of boring the entire time through. Like even like The Rock's first dramatical affair, like he was really good in it. Emily Blunt really good in it, but it just didn't really do anything in it interesting or exciting outside from the documentary that like it wouldn't just have me like I'll just watch the documentary. Like I don't need to see this like dramatic affair of it because like it doesn't really do anything new or add anything interesting to the movie. After that is After the Hunt, Luca's new movie. Love me some Luca Guadagnino, but this one just ain't it. Nope, just didn't cut it this year. Had a really interesting start to it. Love everybody that is in it, but man, is this movie just kind of like all over the place and like what it's trying to say with its themes, and it's just kind of like once you get to the second half of this movie, it's just kind of a jumble. I will say though, I could always watch Julia Roberts do anything, so that at least helps us get over the line. After that's Ballad of a Small Player. Colin Farrell just being a degenerate gambler, I believe in Macau for like 2 hours. And I think that's the worst thing about this movie is that it's just way too long. And it's another movie that just kind of like meanders through its plot. And again, not that I need, a lot of plot driven narrative. Like I have no issue. And honestly, I prefer it a lot of the times when you could have character driving plot. But like it just, again, doesn't really do anything like interesting or different throughout the movie. It's a lot of like just rinse and repeat of like him doing the same thing, just with like different desired results. After that is a movie that looks incredible, but is not great whatsoever, and that is Tron Ares. Man, oh man, can we just stop putting Jared Leto in movies, please? After that is The Black Phone 2, a movie that it's fine. I think it has a lot of good like creepy atmosphere in it. Like the atmospheric tension is really good in the movie, and I really like the stylistic choices that he makes with like doing the 8mm like home movies whenever like they're in like their dreamscape. But this just feels like a bad A Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff. Also, like the grabber doesn't kill a single, like no one dies in this entire movie. Like it's absurd. After that is Deliver Me from Nowhere, the Springsteen movie. I'm so fucking done with movie biopics, man. Like I can't stand them. I'm just absolutely done with them. And this one does like nothing. I'm not even a big Bruce Springsteen fan, so like there's really no added benefit of like me getting to hear like the songs that I really want to sing. It just didn't do anything for me. After that, we got Jurassic World Rebirth. Just please stop making Jurassic World movies. I know we're not going to because like they still make a lot of money, but just God, they're just so bad. They're just like so poorly written for just like a mass audience. They're just so dumb. Like sure, there's a couple of good scenes in this one that have some like really fun and exciting stuff, like the T-Rex on the lazy river that they're going down. I think there's like one other one that I found like halfway interesting, but they're just like it's a movie. They're movies that are just there for set pieces, and then everything else around it's just trash. Like, just please stop doing them. After that is a movie that I was sold. If the movie ended after 40 minutes, it would have been a 4-star movie, and then it had to keep going and knocked it all the way down to 2 stars. And that's Catherine Bigelow's A House of Dynamite. I can't believe we got a movie that just like completely fumbled the plot so badly. For the first 40 minutes, I am so locked in on this movie. And then when it cuts to black and just starts the day over, but from a different perspective and just adds like a little bit of a wrinkle each time. And then we do that another time, like it's just, my God, it made me so mad. Like it just deflated the tension balloon so hard. And then they want to try and like build it back up just to deflate it again and then build it back up for the third time and then leave you on a cliffhanger that you don't even know what happens unless you listen to the credits. But normally you won't even hear the credits because Netflix immediately goes to, hey, watch next. And they don't even let you listen to the credits. So you completely miss that. Just, oh, man, that made me so mad. After that is The Roses. This is the last 2 out of 5 movie that we have here on the list. It's fine. A remake of War of the Roses doesn't really do anything new or exciting or add any new wrinkles to this movie. That's a common theme in the twos. It's just movies that like have like somewhat of an interesting plot, but really just don't do anything with it. I'd much rather watch other versions of War of the Roses than ever touch this one again. Kicking off our 3 out of 5s, we got the movie Last Breath. Based on a true story about a diver who gets stuck deep sea diving. Like I think they do work on like oil drills, and during a storm he gets stuck down there, and so it's about like the miraculous story of like his retrieval. This is a movie. I think there's a documentary for this also. I actually haven't seen the documentary. By the time I watched this movie, I didn't even actually know what this movie was about. I just went and caught it on a Sunday afternoon. So I had nothing to do, and it was fine. It was a solid little movie. It wrung a little bit of emotion out of me, and it made me more interested to go and check out and learn more about like the actual thing that happened. So good job there, movie. After that is The Monkey, the Stephen King adaptation, Osgood Perkins movie. It's a fun movie. It doesn't really light the world on fire, but the kills in it are like pretty ridiculous and over the top. And the movie's just like an over the top fun time. Like, and that's really all I was hoping out of it. So you hit right on the mark. After that is Regretting You, the Colleen Hoover adaptation with McKenna Grace, Mason Thames. Mason Thames having a hell of a year. We will see him one more time on this list. This movie is insane to me in the best way possible. Like, it's a movie that is just so over the top ridiculous. But for some way, it just like works for me. Like I was like thoroughly invested in enjoying the movie. Like I was never watching it being like, yeah, this is a movie that's going to set the world on fire. This is going to be like one of my favorite movies of all time. But like every time they did something insane in this movie, I was just like laughing gleefully, being like, yes, movie, please keep doing crazy things. So it was a fun watch. After that is Heads of State, the Prime movie with John Cena and Idris Elba as the heads of state for America and England, and their plane gets shot down by terrorists, and the two of them have to like get back to the State of the Union or whatever the hell that they were doing, like a meeting, and expose the terrorists and fight some shit along the way. It's gloriously dumb, but John Cena and Idris Elba are an absolute pair together. It has some decent moments in it. The CGI is pretty terrible at times in it. But that is to be expected with a streaming movie. But this one had enough jokes and enough good charm between our two leads to get me at least to the 3-star line. After that is Oh Hi, very fun movie. I had a hell of a lot of fun with this. I absolutely would give her a second chance. That was my Letterboxd review for anyone who knows. It's just a fun movie. After that is Warfare, a pretty much on the ground, minute to minute recreation of a skirmish that I don't remember what the soldier's name was, but about a skirmish in his life that they went through. And I really enjoyed it for just like the bleakness of its tone, but also like the sense of just like, what was it even all for? Like the way that the movie ends on has like such like a fantastic just ending that really just leaves you just like it's a perfect approximation of just like war. What is it good for? Like it was a very good movie. After that's the Finn Wolfhard movie, Hell of a Summer. I was surprised that I enjoyed this movie as much as I did, coming from Finn Wolfhard, considering I think he was probably the worst actor on Stranger Things, especially in this last season. But this is a fun movie. It's a fun little slasher that has a lot of like really good moments in it. After that, the Daniel Day-Lewis comeback, baby, Anemone. Just an absolute what the fuck movie, but it had me interested throughout. Like Daniel Day-Lewis's acting is literally like some of the greatest of all time. The two stories that he tells in this movie, they're just glaringly, violently disgusting, but you're just so entranced by what this dude is saying and doing. Like he's the greatest of all time. After that is Shelby Oaks, the horror movie from the YouTube critic Chris Struckman. Enjoyable movie. I thought as a first go for a horror movie too, like this movie, it was good. The ending, like a lot of the times, sometimes with horror, like once they reveal like the big mystery, like it can kind of fall flat. And this one kind of like it's a little silly in like its approximation of like what it was. But I think this movie has some really excellent atmospheric dread in the first half of this movie that genuinely had me like on the edge of my seat tense for like a good portion of it. So it was very well done. After that is the comedy, The Naked Gun. Just hilariously good movie. So funny, so dumb. Love me some good just parody movies with some slapstick. You throw in some wordplay. All the good stuff of the classics from the Zucker brothers. Worthy addition to the Naked Gun franchise. Like, please, like studios, put comedies in theaters again. Like, we want to go to the theater to laugh together. It is a great time. Stop putting them on streaming. After that is Steven Soderbergh's Presence. It's a little ghost story that came out, I think, back at the beginning of the year with Lucy Liu. And it's fine. It's good. It's very gimmicky. And a lot of the times I tend to not like gimmicky movies. The gimmick here being that the camera is the ghost and you're just kind of a presence in the house. But Steven Soderbergh, such a talented director that he really helps seal the deal on like making this better than just like a one-trick pony that it could have been. So it's a fun movie. After that, Paddington in Peru, fine, nowhere near close to the absolute classic that is Paddington 2, but not every movie is going to be. Like, more akin to Paddington 1, and that's perfectly okay. It's just a fun, I'll spend any amount of time with this teddy bear that I can get. After that, Lilo and Stitch, it's fine. It's good. It's fun. It's definitely a little bit, towards the end, kind of like dips a little bit in what it changes. You know, obviously getting rid of Captain Gantu is a crime. But I still think the movie, for what it wants to be and what it's trying to be here in its live action form, is fine. Perfectly serviceable movie, perfectly enjoyable movie. Does it touch anywhere near to the animated one? Absolutely not. I don't really think any of the live action remakes have ever come close. But it's fine. It's way, way better than Snow White. After that is Caught Stealing, a movie that actually surprised me. This was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. It got a lot darker than I thought. A lot more crazy shit happened in it than I thought it was going to be. This was a very neat surprise towards the end of the summer. It's a shame that it didn't get enough light. I see it's on Netflix now, so hopefully maybe it gets a lot more eyes on it, because you shouldn't sleep on this movie. This was an absolutely good movie from Austin Butler. After that, we got the Jack Quaid movie, Novocaine. Another movie that on paper, every time I saw this trailer, I was like, I can't fucking stand this trailer anymore. I don't want to see this movie. But it had a pretty actually neat execution to it. And there was a lot of fun to be had in this movie. This was a type of movie that we did really well in the 90s and early 2000s. And while like there's been a dip in quality on how well they are here in the 2025s, it's still nice that we're finally getting some like fun B movies to be out in theaters again. So this was a hell of a good time to have, like with friends, just going to see like a fun action movie for like 90 minutes. After that is Mickey 17, a movie that is kind of sloppy in its execution, but still has enough in there with some really good juice from Bong Joon-ho and an absolutely just like a crazy good performance from Robert Pattinson that I actually still really enjoyed this movie and had a lot of fun with this movie. Mark Ruffalo also hilarious in this movie, a lot of fun. After that, we got The Running Man. Man, fun movie. Definitely enjoyed the first half more than the second half. This movie is also way too long, I think, is the biggest thing that like is a bit detractor for it. But there's still a lot of fun in this. Glenn Powell, like great at like fun dude to be around. The section where like he gets to be just like a fun, like charming badass in this movie is the best point of this movie. A lot of fun kills in it. A lot of good stuff at times. It's not like the greatest thing. It doesn't even hold a candle to the original, which is just hilarious just to show that you don't always have to adapt the book to get a better version out of it. But it's fine. It's fun. Up next is probably in the running for the horniest movie of 2025, and it's insane that it's an animated movie. But that is The Bad Guys 2. Fun heist movie. These are fun little movies. Still, though, insane to me. There's just so much eroticism in this movie that's just so random. It's just so weird for a kid's movie. But I like it. They're a lot of fun. They're very silly. I'm here. I'm ready for a third one. If you're going to do it, I'm ready. Let's do it. After that's Karate Kid Legends. I got really into the Karate Kid franchise this past year in 2025. I obviously had seen the originals as a kid growing up, was always a fan of 1 and 2. But I went through now as a kid and watched part 3. I watched the next Karate Kid, and I watched all of Cobra Kai. So I got really more invested into the whole franchise of the Karate Kid. So while this movie, I recognize its flaws and the criticisms that people have against it, I just like being in that universe. And, you know, anytime Daniel-san shows up, like, and we're going to do some Karate Kid shit, like, I'm here for it. Like, obviously, I think the movie's kind of rushed and, like, way too short and just kind of, like, doesn't really get a chance to even, like, find its footing before we're already done. But for, like, what we do in this movie, I think it's perfectly fine, and it's a fun movie. After that is Elio. Again, another fine, fun movie from Pixar. Not every Pixar movie is going to be like the master quality. Everyone always expects like Pixar has to always operate at an 8, 9, and a 10. That's not always going to be the case. They've been making movies for like over 20 years now. Like obviously we're going to get some ones that aren't going to always hit as well. But like Pixar is always going to give you a standard in picture quality and like a movie that's always going to at least hit somewhat. Like they might not be the greatest things of all time, but they're still better than like a majority of the movies you're going to see. And Elio is fine. I think when he goes to the alien planet, like it just looks beautiful on screen. Obviously the story is a little rote. I really would like Pixar to get back to doing stories about like fantastical creatures and monsters and, you know, aliens, stuff like that. Stop doing humans. Like that's not really like what was so great about Pixar. It was always like, what if toys had feelings? What if a rat could cook? What if, you know, like a fish like had to like cross the ocean to get his son back? Like I like that kind of originality was always very interesting and fun in Pixar movies. And following humans, like the last couple of times with stories like Luca and Turning Red and Elio now and Lightyear, it's just like I didn't hate any of those movies, and I like all those movies, but it's just like I miss that like that we're gonna do like the weirdest thing you could think of, and it's gonna work, you know. Like I would like that back from Pixar. Hopefully Hoppers can get us there. I don't think it's going to. It just seems like a ripoff of Avatar. But you know what? We'll wait to see. After that's Highest to Lowest, Spike Lee movie, remake of I think Ikiru, I want to say. It's fine. It's fun. The middle section where like the movie actually gets started, like after his son gets kidnapped, is like really freaking good to the ending. It's way too long. I don't know why the first half of this movie has to be as long as it is before we really get into the meat and potatoes. But the meat and potatoes are awesome. Like it's a very fun movie. After that is Jay Kelly, another movie that it's solid. It's a good hang. But not really anything happens in it. Like it's kind of weird that they want me to like sit there and feel bad for a dude who is like a global movie star. It's like, oh yeah, you know, your self-inflicted life that you did. Oh boo-hoo. Like, but George Clooney is so goddamn charming, and Adam Sandler. It's insane every time I see these movies, and I'm just like, Sandman, I can't believe we could have been doing this shit the whole time, and you just kept doing shit like The Ridiculous Six. Like, come on, man. But you know, it's fine. It's good. After that, we got Song Sung Blue, a movie that I was not interested in whatsoever. I was actually dreading going to see it in theaters because it was just like I don't like Neil Diamond. I hate music biopics, and it seemed even worse is that it's not even a music biopic about Neil Diamond. It's about a dude in a Neil Diamond cover band. It's like, what the fuck are we doing? But this movie surprised me. This movie surprised me a hell of a lot. And it's actually like a super interesting movie. Obviously, the scenes where they do all the music around Neil Diamond, I was like, I wanted to blow my brains out because I don't care about Neil Diamond whatsoever. But the actual movie about, you know, this dude and his wife and the two of them trying to like find some semblance of like just purpose in their life, like while they're in like this like lower middle class like area is actually like at times really inspiring and just like a really good like look at, you know, middle America and like lower income families. Like it was actually, it surprised me a lot. I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than I thought it was going to. After that is Frankenstein. I know a lot of people's also top of the list favorite, but I'm like Frankenstein. If this was the first time I'd ever seen a Frankenstein movie, yeah, absolutely would have ripped. But I'm just tired of watching Frankenstein movies. Like the movie looks gorgeous, the production design gorgeous, the acting in it phenomenal. Jacob Elordi, Oscar Isaac, Mia Goth, phenomenal. Guillermo del Toro, one of the greatest directors of all time. Fucking love him. But I was just bored to tears watching this movie because, like, I've seen this story a million times. And it's not even like they do anything really different or interesting with Frankenstein. It's just the story of Frankenstein. Sure, they take a few liberties like every Frankenstein adaptation does, but it's still the same Frankenstein story. And at the end of the day, I'm just tired of seeing it. After that is Now You See Me, Now You Don't. Just an absolutely hilariously good bad movie. I had so much fun with this. Sometimes you just want a movie to just be dumb and stupid and that you can just go and laugh with your friends and have a good time. And this heist movie is absolutely it. Rosamund Pike with probably one of the greatest South African accents I've ever heard on screen. I had so much fun with this movie. We're going to get two movies right now that also kind of fall in line with that. Another just absolutely fun movie, The Housemaid. Who'd have thunk it? Fun movie. Like very enjoyably, just trashy enjoyable. And sometimes it's all I want out of a movie is to just be trashy enjoyable. The movie absolutely sets up one of the funniest like superhero like origin stories, baiting sequels that I've ever seen. It ended and I like cried laughing and was like, that was absurd. Give me 3 more of these. So fully on board for the Housemaid sequels that will invariably get announced now that this one made so much money. After that is Drop. A movie that from the second I saw the first trailer, I was like, that movie is going to be so dumb. I can't wait. And it's just so good. It's so just like perfect B movie thriller in the best way. Like we used to do this so much in the 90s and the 2000s. Like make more of these, keep putting them out. They're just a good time. They're just a fun, silly time at the movies with my friends. And that's what I want. Do more of these movies, please. Like we need middle of the line, like just good movies that aren't going to break anything at the bank. They're not going to change your life, but they are a good night out with your friends. They're a fun thriller that you guys can joke about and talk about and have fun with later on. Make more of these, damn it. After that is The Materialists, a fun movie that should have been a lot funner. I think this was a movie on paper that had a really good bangerang idea and a really good trailer. And then there just kind of isn't that. It's a much more dramatic and like slow moving movie where I feel like this would have been a lot better. It's just like kind of more like a How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days rom-com. But still solid, still fun. Pedro Pascal, Chris Evans, Dakota Johnson. A lot of chemistry there. A lot of fun between the three of them. I enjoyed this movie. Next up, another fun movie right here. The movie that I did not expect to be as good as it was, and that is Final Destination Bloodlines. Just, oh man, chef's kiss. We're back, baby. Final Destination's back. Found a way to do a new take on the thing while still keeping in with what makes Final Destination such a great property. I loved every second of it. It was so much fun. After that, Den of Thieves 2. I'm in on the Den of Thieves bandwagon, baby. Like, I watched the first one probably 2 days before this one was about to come out, and I was like, how did I sleep on this entire time? These movies are just, again, we're just talking about middle-of-the-road movies. Aren't going to change your life, but they're just a good time. Like, it's just a fun movie to put on, enjoy yourself, catch a heist, see some fun shit, and that's it. And this is the wheelhouse, baby. Just do them more. Keep doing these. Fun movie. The section where like they pull off the heist to like the end of the movie, great. Chef's kiss. Totally in, totally invested. Had a great time. After that, Predator Badlands. Who knew, baby? Who knew Predator's back? And who knew that a PG-13 movie following the Predator would be good? But I didn't think it was going to be good. But here we are. A lot of fun. Good time. Ella Fanning, great. Fantastic. Put her in everything. I always loved her even since when she first showed up in Super 8. Super 8, one of my favorite movies. Like, so good there. So good here. The movie, a lot of fun. A lot of charm and energy in this movie. Had a great time. After that, the first time a movie in this franchise just missing the top 25 in my personal list here. The lowest ranking one, I think, of any of my lists that I did when one of these came out in its given year. And that is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Kills me that this movie turned out the way it did. And I don't mean that in a bad way. The movie is still, like, there is a good chunk of this movie that is so thrilling and absolutely stellar. From the moment that the government sets him loose on his mission and gives him the aircraft carrier to go to the submarine till the end of the movie, phenomenal. So good, incredible. If the movie just started there, we would have been golden. But we got to do, for whatever reason, a whole 50 minutes of absurdly fast-paced yet so slow-moving setup and exposition. It just totally derails all of the great stuff that comes. And I don't mean derails, because once that movie locks in, I'm locked in. But like, man, to have to get through that slog of the beginning to get to the meat and potatoes is just awful. It sucks. It brought it down so much in my eyes from a franchise that normally, like from start to finish, is just an absolute exercise in amazing thrills and managing pace. So it's such an absolute shame for this one to miss out in the top 25 this year. But now kicking off the top 25, we still got 2 3 out of 5 movies left here. So the last 2 3 out of 5ers did make the top 25. In the number 25 spot, kicking it off, we got Weapons. Fun movie, like ridiculously entertaining. Just such a good mystery about it, and just a lot of fun, wild spectacle in this movie. This is just horror thriller comedy done great. Very excited to see what Zach Cregger does with Resident Evil. After that, king of the 3 out of 5s, that is Channing Tatum's Roof Man. This movie surprised me a lot. Again, I thought this was just going to be like a fun little like comedy drama movie but man, oh man, just like done so perfectly well. Probably Channing Tatum's best role to date. He is so charming and affable and vulnerable in this movie. Kirsten Dunst's also really great in this movie. Peter Dinklage, hilarious. Like it's just a great movie. Just a lot of fun to be had. Slept on movie. No one went to go see movies in October. This got dumped in October. I'm sure it's going to drop on streaming soon. Do yourselves a favor, watch it. After that, now kicking off the 4 out of 5s, we got Sorry Baby. Really good exploration of like depression and coming out and finding like your way back after like a horrific event happens to you. Very good movie, very great performance. I forget what the actress's name is. She's also the writer. I believe she directed it as well. Just triple threat here, like fantastic performance. Movie that like only ends up as low as it does here in this one. And the same thing with the next movie, because there's not really a big rewatchability factor to it for me. A lot of the times with me, movies that end up being like top of the line for me are movies that like have like really good themes and exploration and like plot driven narrative, but also like are fun and rewatchable at the same time. Because like while I do enjoy and really like watching movies that have like really intense explorations about like dramatic real life things, a lot of the times when I go to the movies, I want to go to the movies to escape. And having to sit here and watch a movie about a woman coming out and like finding her way back out of sexual assault, not really a movie you're going to want to like throw on like on any given night and come back to like time after time. So it loses that factor for not having a lot of rewatchability to it, at least for me. But it is an absolutely like phenomenal movie to watch, and I recommend it to anybody as a first time watch. Same thing for the next movie is Train Dreams. Another movie, like really great exploration of grief and just the totality of like your life and all the little tiny moments in it that like make up an exploration of your life. Very like quiet, just like encompassing movie. Again, though, doesn't have a lot of rewatch to it. At least for me. I can understand people who see movies like this and they're like, no, that's my jam. That's the stuff I want to be jamming on like day over day. All the power to you. Totally respect that. It's just not really my jam. So while these movies are not ones that are going to be ones that I want to return to, I can't deny that they are also like stellar movies at the same time. After that is the How to Train Your Dragon movie. Just really well done. I mean, it is a copy and paste movie. If this movie was, again, same thing like Frankenstein, if this was the first time I was seeing this movie, it'd probably be even higher up on this list. It would probably be like top 10, because that's how much I love the original animated version. This one drops down just a bit because it's the live action movie and it's just a copy paste of the live action one. But that's not to say that's a bad thing sometimes. Like the movie knows what the people wanted and gave it to you. Like, and that's really a lot of the times all we ask for out of movies. You guys get another extra point for just being like, fuck it, we're bringing Gerard Butler back. Absolutely stellar move. Keep doing that. Mason Thames, hell of a year. 3 years, 3 years, 3 movies in 1 year. Just excellent work that he's doing right now. Keep it up, buddy. I mean, he's got at least 2 more How to Train Your Dragons in the bank, right? We'll see what else he does from here. After that is Thunderbolts, the highest of the MCU movies for me this year. It's a fun watch. You know, getting all the ragtag bunch of losers from all the other Marvel movies, putting them together is a recipe for disaster, but it actually ended up working pretty well and pretty balanced. Love me some Florence Pugh, so I'm always going to be a stan for something that she's in. But it's enjoyable. It's definitely the most enjoyable out of the ones that they've put out this year. Definitely still suffers from just the been there, seen that of the Marvel universe, where it's just become too big for its own britches at this point. But like, it's still a lot of fun moments in this. Lewis Pullman, great in it as well. There's plenty of good stuff in this that like was a very enjoyable experience. After that is The Accountant 2. Just, man, oh man, could I watch a million movies of autistic Ben Affleck and John Bernthal just like hanging out and killing people. I'm in. I'm always in. It's going to be great. Keep doing them. Do more. After that, we got Begonia, another great Yorgos Lanthimos movie. Dude was very hit or miss for me in the beginning, but the last few movies, it's just been striking a chord. I've been all in. Emma Stone, phenomenal in this movie. Jesse Plemons, phenomenal in this movie. Just a lot of fun, very weird. I could have done without the last like 5 to 10 minutes of that movie. I don't know if you really needed to answer the question of whether or not she was an actual alien. But everything leading up to that is just like so thrilling and such a good time. After that, we got Hamnet. Hamnet, great, phenomenal movie. A little slow in the beginning. Took me a minute to lock in. But once we get to the scene where, you know, one of their kids is suffering from an illness and Paul Mescal is like racing home to be there for it till the end of the movie is just absolutely locked in. The final like 15 to 20 minutes where Jesse Buckley goes to see the play of Hamlet is just, oh my God. I was just so invested and so on the edge of my seat for something that's not even like a thriller. Like, to be on the edge of your seat for a movie that's not like trying to like keep you on the edge of your seat as a thriller, but you're just so invested in what's happening. It just truly just great stuff. Great stuff. After that is a movie that I didn't expect to like as much as I did, and it's actually Nuremberg. Type of movie that we did really well with back in the 60s and stuff. You just put like a bunch of like known actors from the time period and we throw them into like a big budget like World War II type spectacle movie, and you just watch the fireworks fly. And this movie works surprisingly well for me. I was heavily invested in it. Russell Crowe given one of the better performances he's given lately. Remy Malek actually didn't annoy the shit out of me for once. So many like people just popping up in it, doing some good work. Michael Shannon, like very hilariously funny in it. There's just a lot. Like it's just an enjoyable movie. Like it's one of those movies that we did so well back in the day, and we've kind of just lost our way on just being able to put them out. And again, not the greatest movie of all time. Not really gonna like change like the world or whatever, but like it's just a good time at the theater with your friends. Learn a little something, talk a little bit about World War II afterwards. We used to do this, man. We used to do this really well. And it's nice to see some of these coming back. And I like this movie very much surprised me. I very much enjoyed it. We were also laughing hysterically that like he was just so heavily invested in magic and everything, because we were like, get this man in Now You See Me immediately. That would be hilarious. After that, we've got Companion. Very, very fun thriller movie with Sophie Thatcher and Jack Quaid about a bunch of robots that people use as girlfriend and boyfriends, spouse robots, but they don't realize that they are robots, and about finding out how like one girl's autonomy, getting back to it after realizing that she's a robot, like within this relationship. A lot of fun. I know I didn't really explain it that well. Give me a break. We've been doing this for like about like 97 different movies at this point. But it's a very fun movie. It's got a lot of style, like very fun. It's very funny too at times. Like I notice a lot with a lot of horror movies this year. Like they're almost like comedies just as much as they are horror movies. I would like to see in 2026 us get back to just like actual straight like horrific horror in our horror movies. But I can't deny that there's been a lot of really good horror movies that use a lot of elements of comedy to tell their story. Weapons and Companion being the two best examples of them from this year. After that, we got Black Bag, another Steven Soderbergh movie. Dude, just an absolute machine, pumping out 2 movies. This movie, just excellent. Again, I know I've beaten a dead horse saying that we used to do this like so well back in the day, but we really did. This is another good just spy thriller, and we used to do these all the time, man. And this is just great. Watching Michael Fassbender just do Michael Fassbender shit. Cate Blanchett, just gorgeous and just powerhouse performance as always. She just has like this stare that she gives in a movie. It's just so powerful. She's one of my favorite actresses of all time. Just such a good, fun, like just thriller movie. And again, like I'm just so happy that like we're just getting like just great, fun movies in theaters again. I just keep pumping them out, baby. Just keep doing it. After that, we got Zootopia 2. Disney's absolute juggernaut right now. Movie's still in theaters right now, making all of the money. Just as fun as the original. Just an absolute another just great addition to the Zootopia canon. These are just fun movies. Like they're just really good, have good resonant themes. They're just fun movies that make good use of its plot. Like there's so many just good, funny, small little animal bits in this movie. Like something that made me die laughing in this movie, and it's just so dumb. It's just when they meet like the gecko lizard, and he's like, I think you guys will finally be able to bring balance back, to the area here. And then he just scuttles across the water, like running on water like lizards do. And it's just so silly. And I just die laughing. Like I'll take 1,000,000 of these. Just keep doing them. They're great. Keep doing them. Keep the themes heavy though. Don't like, once we start getting to the point where we don't really have like good exploration of themes anymore, like then maybe it's time to pack it in. But while we're keeping these good stuff going right now, I'm ready for Zootopia 3. After that is a comedy that nobody went and saw, but man, oh man, was it fun. Like, put comedies back in theaters, damn it, and give them a marketing budget. Let people know that they're coming out. But that's Good Fortune, the Aziz Ansari, Seth Rogen, Keanu Reeves, Keke Palmer comedy. Just so funny, so funny. It had me sold from the get-go on the trailer. It had an absolute great premise. Keanu Reeves is an angel that switches Aziz Ansari and Seth Rogen in like a body swap. Aziz Ansari is a down on his luck, dirt poor dude just trying to make ends meet. Seth Rogen, larger than life, rich as fuck guy. They switch him around to see that life isn't so different on the other foot and to learn a little bit more about each other. It's so funny. It had one of the best bits in the trailer where Keanu Reeves is explaining why he switched them. And he's like, I wanted to show him that, money wouldn't fix all of his problems. And the other angel's like, yeah, and Keanu Reeves is just like, it seems that money has fixed all of his problems. Like, it's just such a good, funny bit, and it was just such a fun movie. Another one probably will end up on streaming, if not already. Absolutely check it out when it is on there, because it is just an absolutely great comedy. After that, just missing out on the top 10 is Superman, the actually highest rated superhero movie here on the list. I'm not the biggest superhero fan, but I'm not going to lie. When a superhero movie is done well, and it is a great movie, like I'm in. I'm not against superhero movies. They're just not my favorite genre. But man, does James Gunn just have his finger on the pulse. He just knows what goes in and what makes these movies so special. And he really had his finger dialed in on Superman and what makes Superman so special. This movie is so much fun. Just loved every second of it. It was an absolute joy. But now we're going to kick off the top 10 here. And a movie that if you had told me this would be in my top 10 at the end of the year, I would have been like, absolutely not a fucking shot. And that is the Stephen King adaptation, The Long Walk. Very surprising movie on how much it just connected with me and how much I enjoyed with it. I liked the book when I read it in high school, but was never like, this is top tier Stephen King. But man, oh man, did they just find a way to really just like hone in on what made it so good and like really explore into the like complexities of it. It's a very fun movie. Wasn't the biggest fan of like how we like played out the ending, but like I get it. It makes much more sense for a movie than like the way the book ends. So it didn't really upset me that much. It wasn't enough to detract from like what was a great movie. After that, in the number 9 spot, we got Eternity. Just talk about just a great rom-com with a great presence in it. Just so much fun. Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, old couple that die. They go to purgatory where they're going to figure out where they want to spend their eternity, only to find out that Elizabeth Olsen's first husband has been there waiting for her for 60 years for his chance at his eternity with her. And now she has to go through the hilarious antics of like trying to figure out which one she should spend eternity with. So much fun. Miles Teller, absolutely hilarious in it. So much good stuff. I really enjoyed this movie. You should absolutely check it out. After that is Rental Family. Brendan Fraser, man, just so glad he's back. So glad he's just making this comeback, and he's just killing it right now with movies. This movie is just pure joy. Just an absolute exploration of just like what it means to be there for each other and to help fill in the gaps in people that are lonely and looking for just connection. And it's just an idea of just like how we can all better connect in our lives. It's just, oh man, it's so goddamn good. I loved every second of it. After that is 28 Years Later. It's another phenomenal movie. This is an incredible coming of age movie is what it is. Like the last like 20 minutes of this movie is just, I was gobsmacked. Just so good. The stinger of the movie is a little odd. It takes a very like weird left turn right in the last second, but got me really excited for the Bone Temple. Very excited for the Bone Temple in like 2 weeks. But just everything about this movie, so much style. It looks incredible. Just such a great movie. Ray Fiennes incredible in it. I loved it. After that, we got Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out story. Please stop adding the. I hate when movies have to do that superlative just because they're like, no one's going to know it's a Knives Out movie. It's a Fucking hate it. But the movie is fantastic. Again, so many times we've talked about movies where it's like, great plot, give me a million of these. This is the movie where it's really like, give me a million of these. I will watch Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc for the rest of time. As long as him and Rian Johnson want to keep making these, I will keep watching them. Such a good exploration of like faith and what it actually means to be a good and devout like Christian or just a religious person. You could apply it to any religion in this movie and it would probably work still. It's just like, it's so good. Just an excellent mystery. It's so much fun. Everybody in it just giving their A game. It's very funny too. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was, but just hilarious. And now we're kicking off for the last set, our top 5, all 5-star movies for me. These are the movies that like will probably be the ones that I will watch year over year, like on my big ass TV and just pump that sound system. Like just great times at the theater really is what these movies are about. And that's really like what I look for in going to movies. So while like I'm sure I know at least 2 of these movies are not 5 out of 5 movies for most people out there. And most people are probably going to be like, really, this is in your top 5 and you gave it 5 stars. I get that. Totally fair. But again, it's just what this works for me, my sensibility and what I look for and what I enjoy most out of movies. So they're up there for me. All right. So it's my list. Deal with it. And kicking off that list, the number 5 spot is F1. Man, oh man, what a time at the theater. Just, it's exactly what I want. Big spectacle. I want sexy looking people up on screen, just like giving it, oozing all their charisma. Just so much fun to be had in this movie. Brad Pitt crushing it. The scenes of them on the racetrack and in the big screen. Oh my God. It's just like, this is one of those movies where like I point to when people are just like, but I can watch my movies at home. My system is great at home. And it's like, no, it's fucking not. Like, yeah, sure, your system might be great. I got a 100-inch TV with some great surround sound. Still not better than going to the theater. Like, this movie in the theater is all-encompassing, just absolutely stellar time. You're so locked in, and it is just exactly what I go to the movies for. Just awesome all-around experience. So much fun. Just a great, wild ride. In the number 4 spot, right after that, exactly, it's going to be another one that I know people probably wouldn't even put it, probably like right in the middle of the list for most of their people, and that's cool. I get it. But for me, top of the charts, and that's Avatar: Fire and Ash. Look, man, Big James Cameron just has the finger on my trigger. He knows what gets me off, and he knows exactly how to pull that trigger when he needs to do it. The Avatar movies, I totally get everyone's criticisms about it. Sure, they're all fair. But I just like when Jim Cameron blows some shit up in an alien world, man. It works for me. It's awesome. It's fun every time. I actually think this movie sinks in a lot better with a lot of its themes that it's trying to explore. This is a very, very fun movie. The middle section of this movie, when Neytiri has to break Jake Sully out of the prison, awesome. The whole ending of this movie, when the fucking like ships are like exploding up into the gravity ring, and they're like fighting in the gravity ring, like awesome. It's just awesome. I sit there watching those scenes and I'm just like, who doesn't like this? Like, it's insane to me that people would be like, this is boring. It blows my mind. You're on the biggest screen possible watching this awesome, stellar action. This is probably also like one of the most visually beautiful movies I've ever seen in my life. Like, it looks fucking unreal. It's insane how well these movies look. Give me 4 and 5. I want them. I don't care. Everyone gets mad that Jim Cameron's not doing other things. I say let Jim Cameron do whatever he wants because he's the only dude in history that has 4 consecutive movies that made over $1 billion at the box office. Let that man cook. Let that man cook what he wants to cook. You sit there, you eat his meals, and you say, thank you, sir, may I have another? In the number 3 spot, and my top 3, depending on any day you ask me, you could interchange any of these top 3. That's how good the top 3 was this year at the theater. Number 3, though, for right now, Marty Supreme. Wild ride, just an absolute exercise in just building block tension. The middle section of this movie, just what a ride. On the edge of my seat the entire time. Timothée Chalamet, absolute star. Gwyneth Paltrow, incredible in this movie. One of her greatest performances that we've seen in the last 10 years from her. Really putting her all. Newcomer Odessa, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Just man, oh man, she is stellar in this movie. I don't think I've ever seen her in anything before. Actually, I didn't realize it until just a few hours ago or a couple of days ago that she was in Until Dawn. Don't even remember her in that movie. But she's fantastic here. She gets plenty of scenes to also be just as depraved and insane as Timothée Chalamet, and she is just so good in it. Phenomenal movie. Loved every second of it. In the number 2 spot, One Battle After Another. just man, oh man, PTA never disappoints. Leo never disappoints. Top of the charts, just so much fun. Loved every second of this movie. The section of this movie where he links up with Benicio del Toro and they got to try and get out of Dodge while all this shit's going on, just peak. So good. Loved every second of this movie. So much fun to be had. Leo, the race has got to be between Leo and Timmy this year. And I don't know which one I want to come out. I'd be fine with either of them. And I don't know really which one I'm rooting for. I would be happy with either of them because both of them just put in all around just fantastic performances. But my number one shouldn't come as a surprise to anybody if you've been keeping track of what movie hasn't been said yet. But it's Sinners. Like, come on. Of course it's Sinners. Sinners was just, man, it came at just the right time in the year. Like the quarter one was just not pulling it at the theater, just like bomb after bomb, like shitty movie after shitty movie, just desperate for something that we could sink our teeth into. And here comes Sinners to absolutely just knock you off your socks. Just what an absolute like beautiful amalgamation of just so many different elements, like musically, thematically, like horrifically. There's so much that you can just get out of this movie that's just fantastic. Obviously, everyone always talks about the big music set piece of the movie, and it is absolutely phenomenal. It is just such an inventive and creative way to tell a story that's been told so many times. Like the same way that I could be like, I've seen Frankenstein so many times, I don't want to see Frankenstein anymore. The same thing can be said, I've seen so many vampire movies, I don't want to see another vampire movie anymore. But this is just such a unique and interesting and different take on doing a vampire story that you're just enthralled. I was enthralled every second of this movie. Michael B. Jordan playing both the brothers, just putting in two wildly different and equally incredible performances. Haley Steinfeld, can't pronounce it anymore, this has been too long. Also just absolutely incredible. Everybody in this movie is incredible. The young actor Miles Canton has one of the most incredible voices I think I've ever heard on camera before. Like, just absolutely incredible. Everyone giving it their all in this movie. This movie came out at the beginning of the year, and every movie that I saw afterwards, it was just like, I immediately had to be like, but it's not better than Sinners. It's not better than Sinners. It's just not like, this movie came out of the gate at just the right time and just put a stranglehold on me, and I've been locked in on it ever since. My favorite movie of the year, bar none. Absolutely incredible. But we did it. We got through the list. It's a shitload of movies. We're going to watch a shitload more movies in 2026. So make sure you join back with me at the end of the year when we dive into all these movies again for what came out in 2026. Let me know down in the comments and everywhere that you want to what your favorite and least favorite movies were for this year. I want to hear where you would put a lot of these movies. What about my top three? Where's in your top three? I want to hear all that good stuff. So let's sound off in the bottom. Let me hear what you said. And, as always, I'll see you at the movies.